Hello, this is Dr. Des with Transcending Boundaries. Yes, you have the power to move beyond your own self-perceived expectations and limitations. And why? Because the power is within you. Rise above because you can. I said, yes, rise above because you can. Well, before the month was out, I was trying to get back on just to let you know of these two books that I had read and looked at, and I thought that they were pretty interesting because I like to read a lot. And I thought, no, I'm not Oprah Winfrey, and I'm not getting paid to advertise these books or to endorse these books. But because I like to read, I figured I'd like to share these two books with you, especially since it was at the end of Black History Month. But to me, every day is Black History. But anyhow, one of the books that I read is called Black Fortunes. It's by Shamari Wills, and it talks about the first 6 African Americans who survived slavery and became millionaires. But what I liked about the book is that it just didn't talk about just 6 people. It talked about quite a few people in the book, and some of them that he spoke about was John Drew. He was the son of a slave of Powhatan, Virginia, and he was the first black person in Powhatan, Virginia to own property. He was the first black American to own a bus line, and he was also a stockbroker and probably some other things. He was filthy rich for that time of the century, and we're talking about in the 1800s. The next person, which some of you may have heard about, was Annie Malone. She built America's largest black hair brand. And then there was Hannah Elias, was a black mistress of a white New York millionaire who gave her plenty money, and she used that money wisely and became very wealthy. And then there was another gentleman called William Alexander Leidesdorff. He's the first African American to achieve a net worth of more than $1 million in the history of the United States. And this was in the 1800s. You know, sometimes people like to try to make it seem like we did not excel even back during the time of the 1800s, after slavery, after emancipation. Well, this book talks about a whole lot of people within this book, even though it says of the first 6 African Americans, but well, like I said, he highlighted some other people in this book also. This is an excellent read if you like to read. Black Fortunes. I found this book at Barnes and Nobles. The other book I just wanted to highlight real quick is called Ancestral Flames. It's by Rashard Jamal Bey. And this book has a lot of different quotes and excerpts of statements that people have said throughout the years, such as Bob Marley, Dick Gregory, Bobby Seale, Booker T. Washington, Martin Luther King, Ashata Shakur, Oprah Winfrey, Ella Fitzgerald, Maya Angelou, and that's just to name a few. If you like a book that talks about different quotes of what people said and different excerpts of statements that they made, this is an excellent read. Ancestral Flames by Rashard Jamal Bey. And I believe I found this on Amazon. And at one point in time, he was advertising his book, I believe, on Instagram. So it may still be there. I'm quite sure it should still be on Instagram as I go along, because I like to read. I'm going to share some other books with you. But I just wanted to come on real quick and share these 2 books, excellent books. If you like to read, if you like to look at different things as I do as myself, I say those who read lead, and the application of knowledge is power. You have more knowledge, you gain more understanding, you gain more wisdom, and it gives you the power to succeed in life. Those who read lead, and when my kids was growing up, they had to read. There was no such thing as video games and all these things that I see some of these kids do. And you could go to some people's houses, they don't even have a library. They have more video games than a doggone library or book for kids to read. You know, it's nothing wrong with kids playing video games, but I'm a firm believer that you need to read. Read. You know, some of us don't like to read. And because we don't like to read, we miss a whole lot of stuff. So, read. Hey, once again, this is Dr. Des with Transcending Boundaries. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. And you have a pleasant day. And God bless you. Rise above because you can. Bye for now.